Welcome everybody to Cindy Certified Recipes. Raise your hand if you like summer barbecue. I certainly do, and I think you guys do too. And if you like summer barbecue, you definitely like summer barbecue sides. And I have a great one today. It's the recipe for baked Wilbur beans from Famous Dave's restaurant. But before we get to that, if you haven't already, I would sure appreciate if you guys would subscribe to my channel and also hit that notification bell so you get first dibs on all my upcoming videos. Now let's get to those beans. We're gonna dive right into chopping up all of our ingredients here that we need to then take over to the stove. So we gotta start with the green pepper here, and we need about 1/3 cup of this. So we're just gonna start chopping on this guy. And you want it diced fairly small. I like personally getting rid of that white pithy stuff. That's 1/3 cup, that's all you need. So that's what we're shooting for here. Let's test that out and see if that's 1/3 cup. That's pretty close. A few more little guys here. That's going to top it off nicely. We'll call that 1/3 cup. Now we need 1 cup of onion, and I'm using a yellow onion. And cut that about the same way as you did the green onion, the green pepper. All right, let's do our 1 cup test. I think that half an onion's gonna do it. If I keep flitting it around. That looks good to me. 1 cup it is. And now we have to do a jalapeno. And whenever I do a hot pepper, I like to put gloves on. And my eyes are getting attacked by that onion. Needed goggles. Alrighty. we only need 1 tablespoon of this guy, so. You want to get rid of the seeds and that white pithy stuff. That looks like more than enough for a tablespoon. That looks good to me. A few more little granules on there. There we go. So we got our tablespoon of that. And put your other pepper aside there for another use. Let me clear off all this. Take off my gloves. And earlier, we grilled up an 8-ounce steak and 8 ounces of smoked sausage. And so what I'm going to do here is chop these up in little pieces because those are going to go inside the beans. And we'll start with our sausage here. You just want to kind of split that and then make a couple strips out of it. Like so. And just think of, you know, comfortable bite-sized pieces here. And the recipe from Famous Dave's calls to char up the sausage. So don't be afraid to let the flame kiss this a bit and you know, get that little char going on there. Alrighty. Now we're going to start on our 8-ounce steak, and that's a strip steak. And it says in the instructions to cook it to medium. And I personally don't think it matters because it's going to be simmering in the pot for 30 minutes. So you can cook it whatever temperature you like. If you're sitting here and you're like, I need some sustenance while I'm doing this, and you can just slice them for you. So cook it the way you like. But here again, we're going to be cutting nice little chunks. You don't want it to disappear in the beans, but you want it to be bite-sized also. All right, put this up here. Put our chopped steak onto the platter here. Looks great already, right? And now we're gonna chop the bacon, and actually the recipe says to cook it whole and crumble it, and normally I just like chopping bacon in advance when it calls for, all these onions are getting me, guys. I like to chop it up and then just cook it rather than trying to crumble it or cut it after it's cooked. And it's always easier to cut bacon when it's cold or frozen. Mine's neither right now because I had it sitting out under all the lights. But if you have a sharp knife, it'll make short work of it anyway. So we're just gonna slice up 8 ounces of a nice smoked bacon. All right, and now we are gonna take all these ingredients that we've just cut up, and we're going to take those over to the stove and get these beans going. We're going to start off our beans by sauteing all that bacon we chopped up. And you want to do that kind of slow because you're wanting to render that fat out, because we're going to use that fat to saute our veggies we chopped up. We're just going to settle that down in there and let it render down. Our bacon has rendered all of its nice fat out, and we're going to lift that out onto a paper towel. We only need 2 tablespoons of the grease, so I'll probably have to pour some of that out. That looks like more than 2 tablespoons to me. So let me just pour a little bit of that out. That looks good. And now we're going to saute our vegetables. So we have our 1 cup of onion we chopped up, and 1/3 of a cup of green pepper, and 1 tablespoon of jalapeno. And those need to be sauteed to a crisp tender. That's looking like crisp tender to me. And so all that nice steak and smoked sausage, we're going to start putting all that we chopped up into the pot. And then all that bacon, minus a couple. Sustenance, remember sustenance. And then they call for a whole bottle of their barbecue sauce. There we go. And 2 20-ounce cans of Bush's baked beans. Gonna give that a good stir. Set this to simmer. See all our nice chunky pieces of meat in there, because that's what you want when you have a barbecue side, is meaty beans. Okay. We're gonna put the lid on that, and that is gonna simmer approximately 30 minutes, and we'll come back and check on that. Time to check on our beans. Give them a stir. They are looking super fantastic. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and we're going to take them over to the countertop and serve some up. Our beans are off the pot, and they smell heavenly. And it is time to scoop some up. They're going to be nuclear. Super hot. Look at that steam. So we'll just put a little bit in the bowl because I don't want to burn my mouth. Look at that, you guys. Oh, so good. All right. Spoon. I gotta blow on this a while. I'm gonna leave a permanent scar. Get some sausage and a piece of the steak. If I close my eyes, I'm in the restaurant. And there's not one close to me, so it's so great that I can have the recipe and make this whenever I want. And summer is here, you guys, so gin up those barbecues and make these baked beans. Enjoy. These delicious baked beans can be paired with anything off the grill, plus they're even better the next day. And as always, if it's time tested, top-notch ingredients, and the talk of the table, it's Cindy certified.